Imagine being in a battle, and the entire war depends on one old man keeping his hands in the air. No swords, no armor, just raised hands. And every single time his arms dropped, Israel started losing. This is one of the wildest battles in the Bible, not because of the fighting, but because victory was happening on a mountain, while the war was happening in the valley. And trust me, at the end of this story, you will understand why Aaron and Hur refused to let Moses lower his hands. Welcome back, everyone. Today, we are diving into the incredible battle between Israel and Amalek at Rephidim, a battle that teaches us about faith, endurance, teamwork, and not giving up when you are tired. So grab your staff, tighten your sandals, and let us enter the battlefield. The Israelites had finally arrived at Rephidim. After all the stress of Egypt, after crossing the Red Sea, after wandering through the wilderness, for a moment, things were calm. Children played between tents, families rested around campfires, shepherds guided sheep across the rocky desert hills, and honestly, the people were probably thinking, finally, maybe life is getting easier. Yeah, about that. Because far beyond the hills, an enemy was already watching them. The Amalekites, desert warriors, raiders, fast, ruthless, dangerous, and they saw Israel as weak, tired travelers, families in the wilderness, easy targets. One morning, a massive cloud of dust appeared in the distance. Israelite scouts climbed the rocks to investigate, and suddenly their faces changed. Fear, panic. Amalek was coming. Fast. The warning spread through the camp. Enemy approaching. People grabbed their children. Mothers pulled families into safety. Men rushed for weapons. And somewhere in the middle of all the chaos, Joshua ran toward Moses. Now, this is important. This is actually Joshua's first major battle in the Bible. The future leader of Israel, about to face war for the very first time. And Moses looked at him and said, "Choose men for us, and go fight Amalek. No pressure, Joshua." Joshua began selecting fighters from among the Israelites. Not professional soldiers. These were former slaves, brickmakers, shepherds, travelers. Some of these men probably held swords for the first time that day. You can almost feel the nervousness in the camp. Armor being tightened, shields shaking slightly in nervous hands, fathers saying goodbye to their families. Meanwhile, Moses made a strange announcement. He said, "Tomorrow, I will stand on top of the hill with the staff of God in my hand." Now imagine hearing that before battle. You are like, okay, cool. But maybe bring a sword too? But Moses understood something Israel was still learning. This battle would not be won by human strength alone. The next day, the valley exploded into chaos. Swords clashed, dust filled the air, men shouted and ran across the battlefield. Joshua fought fiercely at the front lines. Meanwhile, Moses climbed the hill above the battle with Aaron and Hur beside him. And then, Moses lifted his hands into the air, staff raised high toward heaven. And suddenly, Israel started winning. The soldiers pushed forward. Amalek began retreating. Joshua noticed it immediately. Something had changed. Strength returned to the Israelites. Courage exploded through the army. Victory was happening. But then, Moses became tired. And honestly, who would not? The man was over 80 years old. Holding your arms up for 5 minutes is already painful. Try doing it during an entire war under the desert sun. Slowly, Moses' arms began to drop. And the moment they lowered, Israel started losing. The Amalekites pushed forward violently. Israelite soldiers began retreating. Panic returned to the battlefield. Then Moses lifted his hands again, and Israel started winning again. Can you imagine Joshua down there realizing what was happening? He is probably thinking, "Moses, please, keep those hands up." Back and forth the battle went. Hands up, Israel wins. Hands down, Amalek advances. And suddenly, Aaron and Hur understood something powerful. Moses could not do this
please
alone.
don't lower your hands. Our lives depend on your hands.
This part of the story is beautiful. Aaron and Hur did not stand there criticizing Moses for getting tired. They did not say, "Come on, Moses, be stronger." No, they helped him. They found a large stone for Moses to sit on. Then Aaron stood on one side, Hur stood on the other, and together they held up his hands. What an image! 3 men on a mountain, one too tired to continue alone, and 2 faithful friends refusing to let him fall. Meanwhile, below, Israel began driving Amalek backward. Joshua fought with everything he had. The Israelites surged across the battlefield. And as long as Moses' hands remained raised, victory remained with Israel. By sunset, the Amalekites were defeated. The wilderness battlefield finally became silent. Israel had won. As the dust settled, God told Moses something important. Write this down as a memorial, because this battle was never supposed to be forgotten. Moses then built an altar and called it, "The Lord is my banner," meaning, the Lord is our victory, not human strength, not military skill alone, God. And honestly, this story still hits hard today, because everybody has moments when their arms feel heavy, moments when you are tired, discouraged, ready to quit, and sometimes the victory comes down to one simple thing. Do not lower your hands. Keep praying, keep believing, keep going. And if you are exhausted, thank God for the Aarons and Hurs in your life. The people who help hold you up when your strength is gone. And maybe you need to become that person for someone else too. If this story encouraged you, inspired you, or reminded you not to give up, make sure you hit that like button. Share this video with someone who needs strength right now. And in the comments, tell me this: who are the Aaron and Hur figures in your life? Or have you ever had a moment where you felt like giving up, but kept going? I would love to read your stories. And do not forget to subscribe for more powerful biblical stories brought to life in cinematic detail. Until next time, keep your faith strong, and whatever happens, do not lower your hands.